Representations of Black people as animals is both a past and present manifestation of the United States' complicated history with race. The portrayal of people of color in the media has long been shaped by a combination of harmful stereotypes and deeply entrenched racial biases. This dynamic has roots in early Hollywood films and cultural representations, shaping not only how people of color are seen, but also how they are treated in society. Historically, these portrayals have often leaned into the demonization of people of color, particularly Black individuals, while simultaneously elevating white characters to the roles of saviors or paragons of virtue. In King Kong, the innocence and purity of the white female character are starkly juxtaposed with the beastly, monstrous figure of Kong. The link to Kong with African Americans is undeniable, as the story revolves around his negative interactions with white colonists and the journey from his native land to the U.S. to be exploited for profit. The film capitalizes on the trope of the Black Beast, depicting Kong as an uncontrollable creature. This reflects the broader societal fear of Black men as a threat to social order, positioning them as threats that need to be controlled or saved. The white woman, in contrast, is depicted as virtuous and helpless, positioned as a prize to be rescued. This plays into the stereotype that Black men are an inherent danger to white women, a narrative that has long been used to justify racial violence and inequality. The white male hero in the film becomes the savior, rescuing the innocent white woman from the Black Beast, reinforcing the idea that white characters are morally superior and capable of saving others from perceived threats. In more recent media, such as Zookeeper, we see a different but still troubling portrayal of white characters in relation to the racialization of the qualities of animal characters. In this case, white women are often depicted as humanizing agents, seen as the one who understand and connect with animals in the way that others cannot. While this portrayal may seem more positive, it still functions with the same racialized framework. The portrayal of white characters as saviors or as the compassionate force in the story reinforces the idea that they are inherently better at understanding or controlling the wild or primitive elements, often symbolized by these animals. We see this display of racism not only in film and TV, but also within journalism through print and television news media. In 2009, many began to criticize the New York Post cartoon as racist, saying it likened President Barack Obama to an ape. Because Obama promoted a $787 billion economic stimulus package that he signed into law, critics of the cartoon interpreted the dead chimp as a reference to Obama. Civil rights activist Al Sharpton called the cartoon troubling at best, given the racist attacks of African Americans as being synonymous with monkeys. Some protesters said the cartoon not only underscored racist tropes, but even suggested that Obama, the only Black president in our country's history, should be shot over legislative issues. Depictions of apes and gorillas in the media are almost never race neutral, even if the negative connotations are not purposeful. Black people historically and currently are equated to apes and monkeys. These stereotypes carry a deep psychological weight, demoralizing the Black community by perpetuating a narrative that they are less civilized, less human, and more dangerous than their white counterparts. This racialized imagery fosters fear, distrust, and dehumanization, making it easier to perpetuate cycles of inequality and violence against Black people. White women have historically used their social power as symbols of virtue and purity, while in many instances being complicit in the marginalization of Black communities. Behind the scenes, white women were often the aggressors in maintaining systems of racial oppression through both direct and indirect actions, further embedding the racial divide seen in media depictions.